shake weight? Remember the shake weight? Eddie, remember the shake weight? You're a bartender. That's the bartender. What is going on? Crypto family, the family of ours, Sin City Crypto family, everyone. Welcome back to Sin City Crypto Live. I'm one of your hosts, David, and we are coming at you from our studio here in Sin City, Nevada, with our week daily live show. If it's your first time, please make sure you say hello. We would like to personally welcome you. And before we get into the content, quick disclaimer, nothing that anyone says on this channel, especially Robin, should be taken as financial advice. So please, as always, do your own research or just Google it. With that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and send it over to my and your co-host, Big Rob. What's up?
Hola! It's your boy, Big Rob, back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto. If it's your first time checking us out, we here are an entertainment-focused cryptocurrency channel where we take the old, the boring, and the stale information and we package it up in a fun and sexy way.
How sexy?
Muchas gracias, sexy.
Like how much?
Like,
25?
on a scale of 1 to 100,
5.
we're going to go 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quarter piece, huh? Speaking of quarter piece, where's Quarter Crawler been?
Quarter crawler. It's been a minute.
25. Where's 25?
I don't know.
25 long days.
To 25 long días. I got my Latin going on here, bro.
You got your Latin going.
Yeah,
on.
I was gonna say Spanish, but obviously I got the Portuguese Hola shirt on,
Portuguese,
and so
yeah.
Portuguese plus Spanish.
Oh, you even got
obviously,
the little thing on the A. What is that called?
It's called an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah, something you're not good at. Now,
Hey, my accents are legendary, bro. I have so many accents. I have a British. I have an Italian mafia. I have an Indian accent. I have an Australian accent. I have a...
Don't forget your natural douchey accent.
I got a Robin accent. All you do is just talk about yourself. It's great.
All right.
Anyway.
All right. So do us a favor. Let me take a peek here, see what the analytics are saying. Do us a favor and like the video. We have 11 likes and 21 people in the chat. So what the hell wrong with y'all? We're going to give you some time to find the like button. Should be down below somewhere. Don't know where, but okay. Thank you. And if you haven't subscribed yet.
Why? Why have you not subscribed?
Why have you not
Are we
subscribed?
doing something wrong? Do you like...
Is it me?
Do you want to see more of me? Do you want to
Is
see
it
more of
me
Robin?
or is it David? What would be the reason?
Or is it Eddie?
Or Eduardo?
Eddie's
We actually
pissing-
unplugged
Eddie's
Eddie's.
been pissing me.
We unplugged Eddie's camera.
Yeah.
So Eddie has no camera today.
Well, because he's too good looking. He'll make us look bad. So.
We've been pushing the limits of this computer, so we had to scale it back.
We had to go spend another $700. It was great. Man, you know how much Bitcoin I could have bought? Like 0.0 something.
You could have almost got an Ethereum with $700.
You know, Daniel said, I think David would kill it on 007 accents. Possibly.
007 accent?
I was a thespian back
Is
in
there
high
an
school.
actual 007 accent? I thought it was just British.
Yeah. I do have a good British accent.
I
too,
mean,
like,
could I be wrong? Am I wrong?
I'll have the scallops, please.
Because
What?
he works for, like, was it the M7 or what's the government agency?
G7.
No, the one that like,
Oh, in the movie? I
yeah.
haven't seen the movie. I don't know.
Anyways, it's like it's England's version of the
USDC?
the CIA or whatever it is.
Oh.
It's like the M.
No
M
idea.
Okay. Cool.
But in Russia, it's the KGB.
Ooh.
Did you ever watch the movie?
Everybody always
Rounders?
assumes my wife being Russian is a KGB operative.
Are you an operative? Bro?
I am not.
You sure?
But
You've
I
been
did
acting
an
kinda
extensive
weird lately.
background on my wife before I met her. I was like, hey, I need to see your original social media accounts, everything.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. So real quick, roll call. Taking a look first in
MI6.
MI6. Okay.
Yeah, MI6. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Daniel.
So we got Why You Loud Gang, Marky Mark, R.A. Daniel, Luis, Jason Squires. We got Jorge Ornelius.
It's George.
Okay. I told you I'm going straight Latin today. Okay, thank you. And then we got Stereo 2, still on vacation.
We miss you. Come back.
Then we also got Destroyer, our newest member here. Muchas gracias once again for being a member. James David.
Wheeling, dealing, James Wheeler, baby. My man.
And then we got Broke Yoshi, AZ, Nordy, and
friend Will is
Big
Will.
Chili Willy back in the house, my dude.
By the way, he never answered the question. Do you like that nickname, Chili Willy, Big Chili Willy? Let us know. We're curious. I'm curious.
Anyways, and then we got
Hey, man.
and then anime in the house. So my boy hentai up in here. Now, how you doing? Oh boy. So, woo, we off to a good start today. We off to a real good start today. And you all right, David? We are live, man. Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together.
You're such an idiot.
All right.
My boy hentai up in here. Oh, man. I am so sorry, guys. If your name's been butchered and you don't like it, I apologize on behalf of Robin, on behalf of Sin City Crypto. Man, it always makes for a good laugh. Okay. Anyways.
All right. You guys like my shirt? It's available on the website. The Hola with the Sin City Crypto logo.
Yeah. Anime. What an idiot. Okay. So market's dumped, right? And we're going to get into that. But just real quick, are you surprised? I kind of, I talked about this after the show. I was like, it was a small relief rally. The overall, like, if you zoom out, we are been in a downtrend. We're continuing downtrend. Robin, would you have thought maybe we would have seen the rally last a little longer? Because it was pretty short-lived. It was less than a day. So, what are your thoughts?
I don't really consider it a rally if it doesn't even last 12 hours. So that's not a rally. That's just that's cute. That's the way I look at it. So
Cute.
yeah, good try.
So
try again.
Just to give you a brief kind of rundown of what we're going to talk about today. Jerome Powell spoke about the future of the Fed, what they're going to do. We're going to show you that video. We're going to talk about Three Arrows Capital. It is much, much worse than people thought. We're also going to talk about Tron and what they're doing to defend the USDD peg, Gary Gensler. The IRS is after us, apparently. And then some NFT news as well. So, and the U.S. military.
Did you lie about your taxes again? Is that what happened?
The U.S. military has officially partnered with a blockchain company. Which one? We will tell you.
Oh, the Air Force used to be partnered, or they have a partnership with Constellation DAG, which is it's outside the top 100.
Right, and I could be wrong.
But they're for data storage, sensitive data storage in between a
so they're actually
closed.
Using them.
Yeah, they're using them. Okay, not in a blockchain. They're using blockchain technology. It's more of like kind of like that graph thing where basically, anyways. You know how you have the interweb, where it's like not the internet, where it's just like a closed circuit. You know what I mean? Basically, you don't have access. It's just for communication from one camp or whatever it is. I don't know the terms that they use in the military, man. But you know that one base to the other, or one command center to the other. They don't like use www to send top secret and sensitive material.
Encrypted?
Yeah. So no. I'm saying like from one post to the other, or one department to the other, whatever it is.
I think
or
they just pick up
one
their phone
missile
and call
silo
each
to
other.
the other. No, they use computer programs.
Hey, fire the missiles.
And anyways, they used to use for the Air Force, or all military branches are using like basically an internet that's not connected to the internet. Now they're integrating a blockchain, or at least they were. That was an article I read a while ago.
Well, now apparently, if that is true, which I'm not saying it's not, this is their second foray into on a much bigger scale, though. Very interesting.
Okay. All right. And then we got Tone in here. Big Tony. Hola! Welcome.
We should call him Toner because he's got an R at the end. Toner?
Maybe. Or acetoner?
No, just Toner.
Toner?
Acetoner. All
right. So let's get into it. Without further ado, let's talk crypto. Now, taking a look at the Bitcoin. Sitting at $21,330.05. A little bit of volatility here ever since the Fed number came out.
I've been DCAing into Bitcoin Cash hard, man.
Bitcoin Cash, huh?
Yeah.
What about SV?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
I keyed.
And we got Big D in the house too. And then, yeah, so we got as high as 22.8, it looks like. And then we got as low as 20,800 somewhere in here. I saw it on exchange. There it is. 20,800. And so I think this is the new 30K. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if you take a look here.
Defeat, Robin.
Let's not bring up old stuff. Okay. So taking a look here. Remember how it was almost a full month? It was 3 weeks of trading in between, was it 31.5 and 28? Yeah. Basically, we were there for 3-4 weeks. I think this 20K, that's the new 30.
I think it depends on what happens.
20 is the new 30, baby.
It depends on what happens with Celsius, bro. Because they got a lot of wrapped Bitcoin there sitting.
Okay, we ain't going to figure this thing out. It ain't gonna happen soon. You think there's gonna be everything's gonna play out and all the cards are gonna fall on the table? This is a multi-billion-dollar company.
I know.
With tons of
Bitcoin that they would have to probably
with
dump
tons
on
of
the market.
Bitcoin and in the event that I think their liquidation points are like what $14,000 Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously,
but if they go insolvent officially, then they would have to sell off all their assets.
I mean, yeah, but. So, and then we also got Tanner Jack. Hola! Welcome, Sin City Crypto. So, you know, I think it's gonna take a while to play out. I know everyone's like waiting to see what the next Celsius move is, what's gonna happen, where's it going, are they gonna go bankrupt, are they gonna restructure, are they gonna sell? So many questions up in the air, and I think with it being such a big name, big company, so much assets under management, I don't think we're gonna see a resolution for at least a month. Or at least clear-cut guidelines. What's the roadmap? How's this thing going to play out? I think it's going to be 3 weeks. I think it's going to be a month. And because of that, we're not going to have any big Fed rate hikes for a month. We're not going to have any interest rate announcement or inflation numbers for a month. So, barring a black swan, barring maybe Russia pulling out of Ukraine, or outside of something unforeseen,
be the best news
so
across the board.
I just don't see any fundamentally changing within the next 3 weeks, and so for that reason, 20 is a new 30. 3 weeks of trading sideways. That's what say I. Taking a look at Ethereum at $1,120, still a great buy. Do you believe in Ethereum long term? Do you believe Ethereum will be the leader in the NFT sector? Do you think they're going to stay the leader in the DeFi? Do you think that it's going to have mass adoption, is going to keep growing, that the merge is going to happen, there's going to be more institutions getting into Ethereum? Because if you do, what a better time to get into it than now. I know other YouTubers are talking about, well, it might not be the good time to buy. Other content creators are like, blah, blah, blah. Bro, you're talking about something that was basically $5,000 6 months ago that has a great vision, biggest community, tons of adoption, spearheaded the NFT sector. It pretty much invented DeFi. It invented smart contracts. People around the world know the name. They feel comfortable with it. It has staying power. It's been around. And so for me, can you buy it cheaper? Sure.
I think that number's going to get cut in half.
Sure. Yes. Why not? But do you think here's the thing. If this is the bottom, if 20K is the bottom, which I think it probably will go lower, but I don't know, maybe it is the bottom. You have to think about it. The bottom might be in.
It might.
I think exactly.
I doubt
but
it,
here's the thing. So okay. What is the bottom? 18,000?
I said 16.5.
Okay, so you're off.
You're close.
So that's what I'm saying. How much cheaper are you gonna buy it?
Okay, I think,
if you're saying it's gonna be half off, you're saying Bitcoin's gonna be half off. So you're calling, if you're saying $600 Ethereum, you're calling a $10,000 Bitcoin?
No, I think Ethereum is gonna suffer due to the Celsius thing. I think DeFi is gonna get wiped out.
But I think the Celsius thing is already baked in.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nope.
It literally dropped 20% with the news of Celsius halting transactions.
I don't think. Yeah, but that's fear. I'm talking about on chain. I'm talking about.
They only have a quarter of their Ethereum holders. I mean, only 1/5 of their Ethereum assets were in real Ethereum. So it's not like they're gonna flood the market with tons of Ethereum. Most of it's staked Ethereum anyways. I think Celsius going under will essentially drop the market in its entirety. I don't think that Ethereum is going to take a bigger hit than Bitcoin. I think the same way that Terra Luna just dumped the whole market and everything dropped in correlation, it's not like Ethereum decoupled from Bitcoin. It's pretty much the entire crypto market dumped when Terra Luna went under. And the same thing, in my opinion, Celsius goes under, same thing's going to happen. The whole market is going to dump. And there's no reason why Ethereum would dump harder than Bitcoin. They actually have a lot more Bitcoin than they do Ethereum. So if anything happens, it would be the opposite. Bitcoin would dump harder than Ethereum if you're going to go off of they're liquidating. Why would you, I'm just curious, why would you?
ETH has the most total value locked in DeFi. And if Celsius goes down, they are one of the largest DeFi companies or projects. It's going to take ETH down with it. Going to take ETH down with it. It's going to take.
I think it all moves in unison, man.
I think all DeFi protocols will take a 40 to.
So 60%. you think Bitcoin will hold 18,000, 16,000? You think Ethereum's going to go to $500?
I think if Bitcoin's down 10%,
bro, you tripping? Bro.
I think if Bitcoin's down 10%, ETH will be down 25-30%.
Okay. Anyways.
We'll see. Somebody clip this from the segment.
No, well, here's the thing. I adamantly agree. Bitcoin it's all about percentages. You don't look at charts and sit here and say, okay, this chart says 100% is going to do this. It's not. But you need to be ready for both scenarios. And for me, like, I really don't care. I'm buying Ethereum now. And if it goes down to $600, so be it. But you know what it's going to go to? It's going to go to $6,000. It's going to go to $10,000. So if I buy it at $600 or $1,200, I really don't give a damn because I'm holding it for the long term. And so for me, is it a good value? Hell yeah. You know, it's like you see the liquidation closing store. Okay, you go in there, they got all the furniture in there, everything's half off. And you're looking at that couch, and you're like, bro, I can get this $2,000 couch and get it for $1,000. They're liquidating the store. I should get it. And then your wife looks at you, she's all like, well, if you wait next week, everything goes to 70% off. You're like, but the couch might not be here. So grab it now while it's here. Because next week it might not be $1,200, it might be $1,800. And next time you won't be sitting on that ugly couch. Not like our nice red couch here in studio. Hola. So, question. Here's another analytics question for you, David. Do you think we're going to break a new record and get to 50 people in the chat today?
Today, no.
No?
Not today.
Feeling good today, man. I got all kinds of good articles.
There's not enough crazy stuff going on, to be honest.
All right. Well, here, let's take a look. What's moving today? So, Elron up 20%, bro. Theta up 15%. Helium up 13%.
I took a big L on my Elron swing trade. I bought in 2 days before the Celsius thing came out, and everything just. Yeah.
You know what's going on with Elron? I wanted to take a look. So, Romanian National Institute of Research and Development, also known as the ICI, announced that it will be using its highly scalable and carbon negative Elron network blockchain to build institutional NFT marketplace and a decentralized domain name service. So
literally covered this last week.
Yeah, wait, I'm just saying. This is supposedly the reason why they're pumping. Well, I'm just saying. And maybe people didn't watch if they would have watched our show last week, they would have caught this pump a little earlier, right?
I mean, it's a pretty big deal. So.
All right, taking a look at the crypto bubbles. So Elron, the big winner for the day. Tron up 11% as well. As we mentioned, Helium and Theta are also on the up and up. We are big fans of Theta and Helium. We have videos on both. The Helium one is extremely out of date, so if you want to have a good laugh and look at some
was the Helium one out of date?
It's pretty out of date.
I thought it was one of the newer ones.
Okay. The Theta one was pretty new. That's a good one. We also got JCap in here. I just want to say hello to JCap.
What up, Kappa? Capastrami?
Capicola.
I love Capastramis.
And then, lo and behold, we are still at a 7 in extreme fear, so a lot of uncertainty in the markets. Great time to buy, once again. I won't go into any. That's the lowest I can remember seeing it. You know, when I was looking at the chart, it looks like we actually hit a. Here's the thing. This is only went back to 2018, I think it is. Yeah, and so right here, it doesn't. It's hard to pinpoint it, but right here, it looks like it hit a 5 or 6. It looks like it hit a 6, or maybe that was a 7. So I think this is the second lowest it's ever been since this has been out.
Either way, super low.
Yeah. Well, you know what else is low? Sentiment in Wall Street. So, NASDAQ taking some L's. S&P 500 taking some L's, bro. You're talking about a $40 trillion market cap project down 3% in one day, man. That's like
1.2 trillion.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, bro. So anyways, big movements there, and why is things moving down? And so I'm actually surprised Bitcoin's holding up with this being down 4%. We did have, as you said, a little rally yesterday, and I think if it wasn't for that little rally, bro, we would be testing at 18,000 right now, especially with this here. So, well, what's going on? Why are the markets down, you might ask? Well, here we go. Central bank surprises markets with first rate hike since 2007.
Swiss.
Yeah, Swiss. They do good cheese and also multi-use purpose knives. Now,
and banks.
and banks as well. Yes. So since 2007, that's crazy, man. It's 15 years. So the S&P raised its inflation forecast. So this is their inflation forecast, not the actual inflation, to 2.8 from 2.1. So apparently they're doing something right because their inflation forecast is less than 3%. Completely polar opposite of here in the States. But they still expect the economy to grow by 2.5%. So not all doom and gloom here. The Swiss National Bank raises policy interest rate for the first time in 15 years. Central bank increased. And listen to this. They increased their interest rate from negative 0.75 to negative 0.25. So they still have a negative interest rate.
50 basis points.
But they raise it 50 basis points, yes. But it's kind of crazy just to see that they're negative. You know, everyone's talking about, the Fed put their interest rate to 0. Well, hey, Swiss, they won up you, bro. They went to negative 0.75.
Win the raid.
Basically, they're paying you to borrow money. Like, hey, you want some money? We'll give you some money to take some money. That's pretty much, you know what? But they're doing something right because everyone knows about that Swiss bank accounts. And then they're saying they have inflation. They're close to 3%. So compared to the global sector, they're doing pretty well. But this scared the crap out of the market because the Swiss don't raise interest rates, and when they raise interest rates, everybody pays attention. Not only that, but the Bank of England set for the fifth time. They raised interest rates as well. Here you got the pound wobbles, and when you get too many pounds, you start to wobble. Now, at its May meeting, it raised by 0.25, or a quarter of a percent. So they're now at a 1% interest rate. Their inflation's at 9%. Food, energy, and all the normal things are going up. Here's an interesting. I found a calendar. So okay, now we're gonna stay on top of stuff here at Sin City Crypto. That way we know what's on the horizon. Central bank calendar for all of the central banks around the world. So we have 4 more meetings here in the U.S. So the next one, July 27th, we get our next meeting. Then we also got one in September. So we skip August, we skip October. So we got 4 more meetings. So are you gonna okay, we're penciling in 0.5% July and September, right, David?
I think July might be another 0.75, depending on the CPI.
I haven't heard that yet. But then again, I had the same conversation with you earlier this week, and I was wrong as well. So, but I think from what I've heard, 50-50. And they might not even do the 50 September, but July supposedly guaranteed 50.
I think
0.5%.
Going into the holidays, I think they'll ramp it down a little bit.
No, the question here is what happens in November, December, or what happens in November, because this is when elections come out.
Man, that's around Thanksgiving, bro.
So, yeah, and then so early November, right before the midterms. So you don't want an ugly ass economy going into an election. Ain't nobody gonna get reelected if that's the case. So everybody in office is gonna be like, hey, pump the brakes, playa. And so, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I also highlighted the Central Bank of Europe, kind of on the same time scale as us here. 4 more meetings.
Yeah, Swiss Bank takes a lot of time off, huh?
Well, yeah, here's the Swiss. Yeah, they 4. That's it, man.
Easy.
Hey, they make a decision. That's it, man. They in for the long haul.
Bunch of Eddies over there.
Yeah, so we'll see. Now, here's the thing: the Swiss ain't gonna raise it again because they didn't raise it once in 7 years or 15 years. So this is probably a non-factor here with the Swiss. But the European Central Bank also kind of on the same schedule. So we'll be keeping an eye on these dates. These will more than likely move the market in the future.
Yes.
Now, everybody in financial anything is all screaming the same thing. What's that, David?
Donuts.
No, not donuts. Recession, right? You're saying it. I'm saying it. Where did donuts come from?
I'm hungry. I think there's one person, right? That's
hungry. Yeah, it's you. So now, numbers don't lie. Kevin O'Leary says there's no evidence of recession right now. What? The dude is delusional. Or does he know more than we do?
Mr. Delusional.
Or does he know more than we do? There's the question. So he's saying the U.S. economy is much stronger. I was going to read this, but why read it when I have a video? Let's go. Oh, man, no sound. All right, there we go. We got any sound? No sound. No sound.
By the way, meeting him in person, you don't realize how shiny that dude's head is. Literally how shiny his head is. I'm also a little bummed out because we were supposed to get a one-on-one interview with him, but he never showed up. Shame on you, Mr. O'Leary. Shame on you. All right, we're working out the sound here, guys. We're going to play this video for you. Chat's pretty dead today. You guys all right? Where's BKG at? Bullish Kenny. I miss his crap talking here. How you guys doing?
Back.
We're back? I was just getting into
Is that to reboot the signal here?
People think.
Okay, cool. And then if you could just adjust it so we can hear it.
I'm in the camp where the
Give me more juice.
economy is much stronger than people.
more.
And then you can give it more gain if it needs it.
People think. And
That's a little loud though, right? All right, sorry, we're doing this on the fly here. All right, so you ready? All right, I'm gonna play now. So Kevin O'Leary on what's going on in the market.
I'm in the camp where the economy is much stronger than people think. And so I've been putting money to work over the last couple of weeks. You can't catch the bottom. It's impossible. But I don't see any indication in my private investments, which are across a wide range of sectors, everything from commercial kitchens to insecticide, wireless charging, gym equipment, greeting cards, all these private companies I have a stake in. I see their tear sheets each week. We don't see slowdown yet. And so I think I'll be one of the first to see it. I'm sort of a canary in the coal mine in that respect. And so a lot of this concern is anticipating a recession, figure we are due one at some point. But what everybody's forgetting about, there's 2 factors which make this more challenging to really call. Number one is we poured $4.5 trillion in 36 months into this economy from a helicopter, into the hands of consumers and businesses all over the land. That's a lot of cash, and it's still there. Number two, and this is far harder to measure, but there's a tremendous amount of productivity inherent in this economy now through technology. In the last 2.5 years, we've started to develop a direct-to-consumer model in every sector of the economy, which much higher gross margins, much more data, far more efficient in deploying capital. If you're Nike and selling sneakers all around the world, direct-to-consumer, which is 55% of their business, up from 38 before the pandemic hit, that's a much higher margin business, much more productive in terms of returns for investors, and you get all that data from customers direct. Size, preference, color, purchase date, all of that from around the world, which you didn't have 2 years ago. So I suggest that the economy that's emerging now, the new digital direct-to-consumer economy, far more efficient, far more productive, and that's not baked into the numbers yet. And so those that are really saying we're going to get a massive recession could be wrong and be missing returns as this market slowly claws its way back.
Yeah, the market's definitely clawing back to hell.
So he's saying that
Think mom's calling 911? Nope.
It's a commercial for the next video. So what he's saying is that there's a new business model and that companies are more efficient and that maybe at face value, people are spending less money, but here's an idea, here's a thought that companies are turning more of a profit, or basically their revenue isn't as dependent on that storefront model. And so in doing so, maybe you have less sales, but you have higher profit margin. And so maybe you're making the same amount of money. And so when you look at it from just a numbers perspective, from the outside looking in, what you laughing at?
People are like, you guys okay? Is everything okay? I thought the cops are kicking.
Building's on fire. No, at face value, if you look at the P&Ls, sales might be down, but profits might be up. And I think that's kind of where he's getting at. So I don't know.
He's got a point.
Here's the thing. If you learned anything about crypto, is that the markets follow all markets, or how markets generally move. Bitcoin's markets, we use the same indicators as you use in Wall Street, because the human sentiment, emotions, all of those are kind of the same. Whether or not you're buying stocks or you're buying crypto, it follows the same path. And one thing I've learned about crypto is that when you think it's going to do one thing, it does the complete opposite. And when everybody thinks that Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000 and everybody says it, where does it go? 60,000 and dumps. When people think that Bitcoin can't go any lower, it goes lower. And so if everybody thinks we're going into a recession, wouldn't you think we're not going to go into a recession? Because no, I'm just saying, if you have a one set mind, that's what I was trying to get at earlier with this Ethereum thing. You gotta play as though other things can happen than what you expect. Because if you only invest and you only move in one direction, which is this is going to happen and I know it, you're gonna be disappointed. And you need to be ready for other things to happen. You need to be ready. You can't predict black swans. Doesn't matter. Everything could be good. Every single chart or analyst or every law or whatever it is, president can come out and back some idea or whatever. And the economy, all it takes is one microscopic virus to derail all of that. And so if you just only move forward in life expecting one outcome, you're going to fail. And that's all I'm saying, man. Should you prepare for a recession? Absolutely. Is it likely? More than likely. Do I think it's going to happen? Sure. Could it not? Absolutely, bro. Especially when it goes against the grain, because that's what's happened over and over again. Everybody's like, oh, housing market will never crash. What happened? It crashed. That's all I'm saying.
Anything's possible, obviously. Before you move on, I want to show a interesting chart. Eddie, pull up my laptop.
Got my boy Devin Taylor. He said he met me on Warzone. Black, clack, clack. How you doing, bro? Number dubs, baby.
So this is not a crypto. It's not a stock. It is the Japanese 10-year bond.
Damn.
Shot up 80%.
I don't know nothing about Japanese bonds. When I see a green candle like that, that means good.
What does this tell you? They raised the interest rate of their 10-year bond by 80%. Is that economy in trouble? Is Japanese economy in trouble?
You can always look at interest rates as an indicator of economic situations. So.
I mean, think about it, right? Just use your logic. They want more people to come in. They're trying to entice people to park money for 10 years with the government.
So what did it go from 2% to 4?
No, it went from 0.23 to 4.5. This is 0 point.
And you making a big deal about getting an extra 0.2?
I'm saying it's 80%.
What if your bank called you tomorrow? What if your bank called you tomorrow and be like, hey, man, instead of 0.01% interest, we're going to give you 0.015? Would that be a story? Would you pull up a chart on that, David?
It's percentage, dummy. All right, you done? I'm done.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I got one more very special article for you.
Okay.
I found this. Okay, let's look at this. China detects possible Extraterrestrial civilization state media reports.
the hell
All
out of
right.
here, man.
We are not alone, people. We are not alone. It is official. China has made the announcement. There are aliens out there. We are not alone.
Let's
and
watch
we are
our-
now broadcasting out to the aliens.
Let's watch our viewer count go down. Are they using theta?
So this Chinese state media says their 500-meter aperture. Anyways, look at this freaking this is their telescope, I guess, a radio telescope.
Telescope?
What do you think the bandwidth is on this thing? I bet you our internet wouldn't crash if we had our signal going out on this turkey. All right, so they intercepted some big signals from another planet, and apparently we're not alone. So my question I propose to you, David, because I know you're not taking this very seriously. One, do you think they're going to attack us? Two, are they using crypto or fiat currency? What do you think the aliens are using?
I think they're strictly investing in NFTs, Bored Apes, and cool cats.
No, I'm saying, like, as an alien civilization, do you think they've evolved to like using crypto, or you think they're just so far past that they don't even use money anymore?
What the dumb question is that?
It's a thought experiment, David. It's a thought
I don't want to
experiment.
partake. I didn't sign anywhere. Yeah, they're using the U.S. dollar reserve currency.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There we go. China. Do you think they use all that extra power from the unplugging the miners to plug into this radio telescope?
Yeah,
Get a little more juice. Turn up the wattage on that thing. That's all I got.
that's great, Robin. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That was amazing. All right, let's move on. Thank God to our next segment of our show, the hot take.
It's hot.
I didn't have my coffee today, man. I'm feeling a little draggy. I'm about to start doing some push-ups here in a second. All right, so the hot take is this. We know what's going on with Celsius, and it's caused ripple effects. XRP Army. It's caused ripple effects throughout the entire world of DeFi, lending, borrowing. So, should crypto lending platforms like Celsius, like BlockFi, like Aave, Compound, should they be regulated like banks? Robinhood, you go first.
Well, first of all, why you allow us a gang? He's obviously got all in on the alien. So is he an alien? That's my question. All right.
Maybe that's why he has sensitive hearing. He always saying, why are you loud?
Yeah, there you go. So
You remember the question? Probably not.
yes, I remember the question. All right. Should Celsius and other lending platforms be regulated
Like banks.
like banks?
Take it away,
Perhaps they should be regulated like our producer should regulate the camera on me. How you doing?
Trying to
Yes,
give
there
him
we go.
signs. I was like, boop, boop, boop. Eddie, you are a complete shit show this morning.
All right. So, should Celsius be regulated? Here's the thing. I think they should have certain parts of it. Yes. Okay. How about just straight up, I don't know, man. You know what? I was going to say yes, but then I don't want regulation in there. Not top to bottom, not in the same way that banks are. There should be accountability. Maybe they should make a framework for these institutions because they operate in such a different manner than your traditional banks. There are some similarities, but I don't think that the blueprint or the mold that's put into place as far as regulation for a banking system can be copied and just pasted onto
What do they do differently than a bank? What does Celsius do different than a bank? Right?
I mean,
Not a lot.
yeah, they unplug from the Fed, first of all. Okay. So,
which in this case is a
don't,
bad, which in their situation is a bad thing.
Yeah, well, not really. Well, here's the thing. You have you're insured by the federal government as a chartered bank, and so that way, FDIC insured. So basically, if there's a run on the bank, you have some security on the back end. But at the end of the day, what I think, let's just say hypothetically, there is no regulation on these lending protocols. Let's just say nothing changes. At some point, somebody is going to lead the pack and going to take the market share. Somebody's going to rise up and be the go-to lender, right? Maybe it's Aave, maybe it's somebody new. And if they have the best business practices, and they're going to end up winning. If they don't essentially go under and they don't mismanage people's money and they can account for downturns in the market and volatility, and they can provide enough exit liquidity if they need to. Basically, they do what a lender should do. They'll survive and they'll prosper, and the market in turn will support those companies. Now, with that said, we've seen time and time again that the banks will mismanage money, and the only reason they don't go under is because the federal government will print money out of existence and prop these banks up just to keep them from going under. And so is that the business model I want for our decentralized finance that's evolving and becoming an option to use instead of the centralized version? That's what I want. So what I don't want is that to turn into the bank, and if they have to hold themselves accountable, and you know what, if a bunch of companies gotta mess it up for the good companies to figure it out and do it the right way, I think that's the ideal situation. Does it hurt and burn and people get scarred? Yes. But I'm not saying that regulation is the absolute worst thing. I'm just thinking that for what our ideal decentralized finance future looks like, I was hoping it could get there without regulation. I don't know if it can, but if it does, I think it's a better world. If it gets there successfully, I think there's no manipulation, or not as much manipulation as the traditional banks. And that,
You know what? So before I answer the question, here's what I envision DeFi to be, right? DeFi lending, DeFi borrowing. You have everything on the blockchain. You have smart contracts, right? You have bots in the world of trading, whether it's traditional finance or cryptocurrency, that spot arbitrage opportunities across multiple exchanges and execute trades to make money. Why can't you do that? Why can't you have that in a smart contract for crypto lending, something like Celsius? Something to make it truly decentralized, right? And I know nothing is 100% decentralized, not even Bitcoin. But when you're labeled DeFi, and in turn your founder, your team is able to just turn the key and turn the whole thing off, that's not decentralized. And in that case, yes, you should be regulated like a bank. Does it hurt me to say that? Yeah. But think about all the people, right? If this thing plays out like a lot of people are saying and Celsius goes under, all the people that lost their life savings, lost all their money, lost their, it's going to break people's spirits, man. And so if people like Celsius can't do the right thing and regulate themselves, someone's got to regulate them. Or what's the point of even having a DeFi? Because no one's going to feel comfortable putting money in. Or
it's always going to be somewhat centralized.
As it stands right now, as the way it stands right now, yes, they should be regulated as banks. You'll have FDIC insurance, you'll have the backing of the Fed, you'll have the Office of the Comptroller in your corner as well. In the future, if we actually go towards a more decentralized route, like kind of the situation I explained, then no, I don't think so. But because it's so centralized, this whole, the bank is centralized, Fed's centralized. Well, guess what? Excuse me. Celsius is centralized. BlockFi is centralized. Aave is probably one of the lesser centralized ones, but you get the point. So as it stands right now, yes, it should be. Or else no one's going to go to DeFi.
So for HP says, what's not a good pre-workout is Doritos and yogurt. I think that's a shot at you, David.
No way. Robin,
and so anyways, it got me to searching the World Wide Web. Eddie, pull it up. Thank you. And so I found Doritos and yogurt. This is in Japan. So if you are a resident of Japan, you can get yogurt-flavored Doritos. David, are you moving to Japan? That's my question to you, since you're such a big fan of Doritos and yogurt.
Yeah.
You are.
But I'm not going there for the... Damn, what's going on with my voice? I'm not going there for the Doritos, and I'm going there to get away from you.
Okay. That's all I got.
That's all you got, bro. Whenever Robin interjects, just understand that he's bringing tons of value to you as a viewer. All right, what do you guys think? Put a 1 in the chat if you think they should be regulated as a bank. Put a 2 in the chat if you do not. All right, let's move on to our next segment of our show, the Mucho Hablemos de Puentos. Talking point. feel like we're offbeat today. All right. Man, I'm going to have to do a little...
You got a lot of dad noises today.
I didn't do my vocal training this morning, so... All right, so the first video, I want to show you guys a video. Pull up my left. This is Jerome, a.k.a. J. Powell, the Fed chair. Yesterday, after the FOMC meeting, he talked to reporters, and here's some of what he said. We shall begin.
Over coming months, we will be looking for compelling evidence that inflation is moving down, consistent with inflation returning to 2%. We anticipate that ongoing rate increases will be appropriate. The pace of those changes will continue to depend on the incoming data and the evolving outlook for the economy. Clearly, today's 75 basis point increase is an unusually large one, and I do not expect moves of this size to be common. From the perspective of today, either a 50 basis point or a 75 basis point increase seems most likely at our next meeting. We will, however, make our decisions meeting by meeting, and will continue to communicate our thinking as clearly as we can.
So, I saw this yesterday.
That dude's got some nice bass to his voice. I did not expect that.
He's got a radio voice, bro.
Oh, man.
Well, anyways.
You need to put him in front of one of our microphones.
When I saw this yesterday, I was like, the markets might rally. And they didn't. He said 75 is pretty out there. They don't see them doing it too often, but it's still on the table. And it said seems likely at our next meeting, right? Is that what he said?
Yeah. 50 or 75 likely for next one.
I think he's preparing. Okay, hear me out on this. Okay, hear me out. If I'm really trying to help the people who are running for re-election, or if I'm worried about the results, or if I want to give a boost of confidence, if I was a Fed, I would be saying 75 is on the table, 75 is on the table, and then I'd come in on a 50. Imagine the rally of the markets. When you say 75, they price it in, they're expecting, and then bam, you drop a 50 basis point rate hike on the next one, the markets will rally. How long will that rally last? No one knows, but it's the whole thing. When they came back a week ago or a few days ago and they said 75 is on the table, what happened? Market adjusted, they priced it in, and then when the 75 came out, it actually rallied. So we'll see. We'll see. I definitely think if we're not at close to the lower 8%, I think we're going to see another 75 basis point hike. But here's the thing. Literally, one thing would solve 75% of inflation. Russia, leave Ukraine. Let them export their goods. Stop the ban on your oil. I mean, literally, that would solve 70% of our inflation woes across the globe, not here, just here in the U.S.
Well, they always say, you know, what does everybody want? You ask the smartest people in the world, it's world peace, man. And I know it sounds corny, but it's the truth, bro. War does create some kind of productivity in wartime. You know, economies sometimes rally right after war times because of production of weapons and things like that. So outside of a couple things, the downside and the negatives and the economic turmoil and just the, you know, financial and economic things aside, I mean, just the sheer terror, world's definitely a better place without war. And I think, you know, I think,
obvious, but.
Yeah, but, you know, I mean, you're saying the obvious. I like, come on, man, Russia, let's go, man, retreat, get out of there, man. And then the faster you do that, the faster they can get back to normal, and the faster the world can get back to normal, man. And I mean, it's an obvious situation, but I mean, we are where we're at because of sanctions and energy prices, and a lot of it has to do with, you know, when it first broke, we covered the Russia-Ukraine thing like every day for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And you know, I don't want it to fall on the wayside, not get discussed. It's such a prominent issue, and it doesn't seem like no resolutions in sight. It looks like it's going to drag out for months, and you know, it just like sometimes you got to sit back, you know, step back and be like, "Man, come on, man!"
And it happened at literally the worst. I mean, it was never a good time, but I mean, literally the worst time.
Dude,
literally. All right, let's move on. So I mentioned Three Arrows Capital. Okay, so we covered them yesterday. They were in some hot water. There was some rumors swirling that they were possibly insolvent. Well, we have a Twitter thread from Danny, who is one of the lead traders over at head of trading at 8 Blocks Capital. So this is it's not too long. I'm just going to read it fast. But
I feel like they just won up to Three Arrows Capital. Like 3 arrows? How about 8 blocks, baby? Let's go.
So I'm going to read the tweet. Okay. What happened between Three Arrows Capital and us is what we know so far. From November 2020, we entered into an agreement with Three Arrows Capital in which we would pay them a fee to use their trading accounts. As a delta neutral market maker, we are very sensitive to trading fees. So it's pretty much saying they offered us low fees to use our trading accounts. So our agreement with them was we withdraw whenever we want. 100% of the profit and loss belongs to us. They are never to move our funds without permission. And in return, we pay them fees for their service. This was a mutually beneficial relationship for over 1.5 years. We had known them since 2018, thought they were competent, and didn't think they were degen enough to lose billions and not employ basic risk management. On June 12th, with the market dropping and needing some funds from the account for positions on other exchanges, we asked for a withdrawal from the ops team, which was honored. On June 13th, so 1 day later, with a continuation of the drop, we asked for a bigger withdrawal. There was no reply, but we didn't think much of it. After a while, the market stabilized, so we no longer needed the funds. We thought maybe they were just busy. Fast forward to 24 hours ago, our funds monitoring script noticed that around $1 million was missing from our accounts with them. We reached out to Kyle Davies, who's a co-founder of the ops team on Telegram, about the missing funds. No replies. We tried calling them. They were online, but they didn't pick up. Then our traders noticed that there were a few rumors circulating on Twitter speculating on their insolvency. Since we were directly involved, we felt the need to tell the world about what had occurred and gauge extent of the Three Arrows Capital contagion. A lot of people have reached out as far as what they know. What we learned is that they were leveraged long everywhere and were getting margin called. Instead of answering these margin calls, they ghosted everyone. The platforms had no choice but to liquidate their positions, causing the markets to further dump. However, they still have assets on a number of platforms. And it says, you know who you are. We call for you to freeze their assets so that those who Three Arrows Capital owes can be paid back in the future after legal proceedings. For what it's worth, for the most part, they aren't speculating with clients' money like Celsius was. However, here they did use our funds to answer their margin calls. Losing a bet is one thing, but at least be honorable and do not drag others into the bets you have nothing to do with. Certainly don't ghost anyone. So, that's a lot. I mean,
That's a 14 tweet thread right there, bro.
bro, that's some in-depth stuff.
That's somebody mad. You know, when your girl,
That's someone's mad,
You know when
yeah.
your girl, she mad at you and she sends that text message that it says like 1 of 6. You're like, ooh. But with due reason, bro. I mean, you're talking about a lot of money.
Well,
And you're playing with institutional money here. Yeah. And so you're not even just like, it's not just some investor that just happened to throw some money and you're like, well, let's figure this out. We'll get it going to you. You know,
So
you come
they-
into agreements and you got contracts and
so
obligations.
they took $1 million from this 8 Blocks trading. That wasn't their money, right? They weren't allowed to touch it. That was the agreement. And they used it to pay back a loan or a margin call, whatever the case may be, and just completely ghosted them. Yesterday, when we talked about Three Arrows Capital, I said I feel bad. Today, I do not feel bad. It sucks because they had their hand in a lot of projects that succeeded, and who knows, without them, maybe they wouldn't have succeeded. But you start doing shady stuff like this, man. You don't answer your margin calls. You ghost people. You use other people's money without asking them. Can you imagine someone just went into your bank account and just took $500,000? Didn't say anything when you called them. Hey, what are you doing? Nothing. So Three Arrows Capital, it sounds like they're going to be insolvent. They're going to be going under. Time will tell what's going to happen. We'll see. Anyways, we good, Rob? Were we having some buffering, my friend?
Yeah. We down.
We down?
We down.
What? Okay, it's back. It's back. Yeah. Sorry, guys. This shit's pissing me off. Maybe not as much as 3 Arrows Capital and what they're doing, but Robin, do you think this is the end of 3 Arrows Capital?
Yeah, 3 Arrows Capital's done.
They're toast.
I'm just verifying that our stream's still
we're
up. Dude, man, it's so annoying that our stream keeps going down. All right. So 3 Arrows Capital, man.
Shady or what?
I think, you know what? It's funny, man.
He said YouTube was dead, not just you.
Oh, it was all YouTube?
Well, that makes us feel better.
Okay.
Crypto works. Hola! I bet I took Robin. Robin usually does the other.
Yeah. All right. And then we also got Crypto Sammy.
Oh, God.
Hola. You think it's...
I don't know. Let's move on.
All right. So, okay. So 3 Arrows... Okay, here's what I think has happened. I think that all these institutions work with each other. All the VC firms, all these lending platforms, they have accounts with one another and they transfer money. In the same way that the banking system, you might not realize it, but Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, they lend and borrow money and move money between each other all the time. So the idea is that if one of these banks go down, for an example, say one of these banks just completely shuts down, it has a ripple effect throughout all of the banks. And it's not just one bank's problem, it's everybody's problem. And I think this is what we're seeing. It all started with Terra Luna, man. The Luna fiasco and the collapse of the UST, a lot of institutions, because we always heard, what did we always hear about with Luna? Like, oh, they have so much institutional money, so much institutional money.
3 Arrows was one of their biggest...
That's what I'm saying. And you got to think about, like, you have not only obligations that UST had with other institutions, but you also had now Celsius. So what we're seeing now, in my opinion, is a domino effect. I think that Celsius is going down, and if Celsius goes down, who do they owe money to? What institutions are have deals with Celsius? Because now they're going to have a hard time fulfilling their debts. So just think about it. I mean, the markets are down. If you're on the edge of making it, if you're basically scraping by and you have a large proportion of your money tied up in Celsius, you're probably going to go under too. And then now you see it as a cascading snowball. And so if you didn't have money in Celsius, but you had money in 3 Arrows, but 3 Arrows had money in Celsius,
right. It's
all that's what I'm
interconnected.
saying. And so if at this point, let me ask you something. Do you think there's any institutions out there that have no exposure to Terra Luna, Celsius, and 3 Arrows and 8 blocks because they're also...
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It just depends on your exposure, right?
So,
how much your exposure is.
But what I'm saying is that at some way or shape or form, you're gonna be negatively impacted severely if you're an institution, because you're invested somewhere into one of these projects.
Right.
And if you're not directly invested into it, you're invested into another project that is gonna go under because of what happened
Guys,
with them.
and this is why it's said across not just crypto, but everywhere. Never put all your eggs in one basket, right? Tether apparently had a $1 billion position in Celsius. They liquidated that. But it's like, always know, there's a chance it could go to zero. It can just disappear. And if that happens, would you be okay? And if the answer is yes, then move along. If not, reevaluate. All right. Speaking of Celsius, crypto YouTuber launches Celsius class action lawsuit. If you're not familiar, it is our friend Ben Armstrong from BitBoy Crypto. Since Celsius paused withdrawals indefinitely on Sunday without an update on when they would resume, some users are now considering collective legal action. crypto YouTuber Ben Armstrong, the primary proponent of this class action lawsuit. He tweeted that they were going to begin. Now, his beef with Celsius comes after finding out from his account representative that while there is enough money in his account to pay off loaned funds, according to Celsius, that money can't be used. And the only way to pay off his loans is for him to put more money into the platform. What kind of BS is that, bro?
Hold on. So they're enticing him to add
They're
more
saying
funds?
you want to pay off your loan, okay? Pay off loaned funds. He's got enough money in there that's liquid to pay off those loans.
Yeah.
But they're saying you can't use that. You got to put more money into the platform.
You got to pay off your loan to get your
With fresh
collateral
money.
back. Yeah, to pay
Even
off.
though you have the money in there to pay it.
I mean, technically that's legal jargon.
Bro,
I mean,
that's
no, I know it's BS,
that's
but
some
here's the thing. You do have a loan out with someone that offers a loan. So, I mean, if you want your funds, you need to close your loan out. But that would mean for you to close your loan out is that you would have to pay fresh capital to pay off the loan to get your collateral back. And so this is what you're gonna find. When you sit down with those lawyers. So remember when we talked about the restructuring of Celsius? Yeah. When you sit down with those lawyers, this is what they do. This is exactly what they do. They say, oh, hey, all those people that have loans with collateral, if they want their money, they need to settle their loan, and then we'll give them back their collateral. And so, this is what lawyers do best, bro. This is what lawyers do best. And you can shake your head. You can be upset about it. You can go through divorce court, and then all of a sudden you think you're super right, and next thing you know, the lawyer on the other end catches some loophole.
We're not getting divorced.
Catches a loophole, and then you're just but that's not fair. But like, it doesn't matter. That's just the way things are.
Okay, but you got some fucking balls. You got some balls to even consider asking people to put more money into your platform.
That's what lawyers do, bro. That's what lawyers do.
It's absolute horse shit.
And
you know what? If I was Ben, hey, I'm with BitBoy on this 100%. Sue the crap out of them, man. They need to be held accountable. And me and Robin have talked about this whole Celsius thing. We've met their team. They seemed like very good people. We didn't think when this news first broke, we didn't think that they had any malicious attempt. And I'm not saying they do, okay? But the decisions they've made and they're making throughout this last few days, I'll leave it at that. This might not be something you guys want to hear, but chances of you guys getting your money out are very, very slim.
I do want to say we do have some new moderators in the chat now. So in the event that I know I saw you pondering over there, David, earlier.
Yeah.
In the event that we need to boot somebody or block somebody, we don't need to do it anymore. We got moderators for that. That's right. Moderators. You know what I want to say? What did Trump say to the Proud Boys? He's like, stand by.
Stand tall, stand fly. I'm kidding. But do you like that song? Regulators.
Who doesn't like that song? That song's amazing.
Moderators. Mount up. It was a clear black. Okay. Anyways. Rob. Do you think, so by the way, Celsius Drew mentioned this. I don't like calling him Celsius Drew. I'm just going to call him Drew. Drew mentioned this, and I've seen it following around Twitter. Apparently, if you have less than $25K in assets that they're custodying, you can try to take them to small claims court before they declare bankruptcy. And also, and of course, we did the Celsius video on Tuesday, and since then, the restructuring and the whole bankruptcy thing came about. So this wasn't information available to us when we made that video, but it is now. Chances are they are going to declare bankruptcy. Chances are very likely. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope they have a plan to pay people back. I would hope that you probably are not going to get 100% of your money back, but I would hope you would get something. And honestly, if let's say you had 10K in there and they give you $2,000 back, and it's not financial advice, you take that $2,000 and you put it into ETH right now, you wait 2 years, you'll have your money back. I'm being serious, man. Right or wrong?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And it's not financial advice. I'm just saying, Even if you get if you get 10% back, I'm saying you can take that money and you can make it back. So don't freak out too much. Money comes, money goes, right? Some things are some things are replaceable, some things are not.
You know what's not replaceable?
Me.
My boy Red Man over here. He back in the chat. How you doing, bro?
Red Man, what's up, bro? Oh, how did let us know how your interview went, my man? He had an interview.
He did?
He did, yeah.
For what? Something crypto?
No, I'm not sure. He said his interview. I told
Didn't
him to
he
let us know.
drive ambulances or
He
something?
does, yeah.
Yeah, see?
He was like, I don't
Former.
like it. I was like, bro, that's a dope job. He goes, well, I've saved a couple lives here and there. I'm like, well, there you go. There you go. I'm sure those families don't think your job is whatever. Anyways, where's my wrench? You want a wrench, my man? I'll think about it. I'm just kidding. He said, where's my wrench? I'll wrench you up.
It's
bro,
it's not all of our members. It's the loyal community members that are active in the chat that we know that will keep the chat going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying?
And also have been with us long enough to know why we need certain people kicked out. So that's why I made HP one. HP been with us for a while. All right. Anyways, let's get back to this article, Robin. Oh, by the way, pull up my laptop again. So what are you laughing at over there? What the hell is so funny?
Don't worry about it.
No, I want to know. I'm not gonna go on until you guys tell me what's going on.
Here, mute me real quick.
Okay, all right, we're good. Okay, so going back to this article, Ana Ojeda, who is a Venezuelan lawyer specializing in blockchain technology, said, talking about this class action lawsuit and the success of it, indeed, the collective complaint would make a lot of sense right now, but it would be difficult to apply and execute due to the current circumstances of Celsius, where it cannot be described that they are truly bankrupt because they have not initiated this procedure. And if you see me smiling, I'm not smiling at this article. I'm smiling at what Robin just told me. So my apologies. Also said is unlikely to succeed because Celsius is yet to declare bankruptcy. Essentially saying, got to wait for this class action lawsuit till they declare bankruptcy. If it comes to that, chances are likely. If not, again, people are talking about taking them to small claims court. And if you take them to small claims court, and I don't know how much of this is true, okay, so take this with a couple grains of salt. But if they don't show up to the court meeting, you can literally take your court paper and go to the people, the institutions, the places that hold the money for Celsius and say, some of this money is mine, and they would have to pay it for you. So, anyways. Robin, give your thoughts on this because I got to catch up here. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You can move on. I think it's kind of a continuation of the last one. I gave my thoughts on that already.
Gotcha. So it was? Okay. All right, let's move on. I mentioned Tron earlier in the show. And here we go. Well, first of all, let's see where the USDD is, okay, before. So USDD, if you're not familiar, it is the algo stablecoin on the Tron network. Some people are saying it stands for US dollar depegged.
US dollar depegged.
That's what people are saying on not on Twitter, on Reddit.
Dude, this got all the way down to 95 cents yesterday.
Yeah, so if we do the 7-day, yeah, we got it down to 95.8. Ugh. But Justin Sun is working on it. Tron Dow Reserve, if you're not familiar with them, just think of LFG, Luna Foundation Guard, but for Tron, to withdraw another 3 billion TRX tokens to protect the USDD peg. They're prepared to withdraw another 3 billion tokens from a centralized exchange and decentralized finance lending protocol as part of efforts to prevent a similar occurrence of Terra's UST collapse. With the latest announcement, the foundation intends to pull back a total of 5.5 billion TRX tokens. The planned withdrawals are part of efforts to shrink liquidity for short traders and prevent a collapse, as was the case for Terra's UST stablecoin. Also, the move will stop short traders from tanking the price of TRX, as the token is used to redeem USDD just like Luna was used to redeem UST. If they can cause TRX to decline sharply, the coin will not be valuable enough to honor the USDD redemptions, So sounds like what they're doing is they're pulling liquidity off the exchanges. So because a lot of the trades right now are shorts. People are shorting Tron, shorting TRX. So they're taking the liquidity off so people have less coins to short.
So I just did the math. So 5 billion TRX tokens is $300 million. Hey, look, man, they already did 700 million in was it Tether, and then they deployed another 500 million 2 days ago. Now they're dumping another 300 million. Like, dude, how much is enough, man? At some point, you're gonna run out of cash, dude. You know, like, I'm sorry, nobody really cares about DeFi right now. Nobody wants to use an algorithmic stablecoin. I am the biggest proponent. I'm one of the biggest vocal supporters of algorithmic stablecoin. Is what we want and need in this space. However, right now ain't the time, my dude. Right now has been just an epic collapse of DeFi. And what is at the heart of DeFi? It's stablecoins, and the algorithmic stablecoins are not doing well. We saw what happened to Terra Luna, and you know what? Like, it's okay to just stop, right?
Stop in the name of...
Dude, man, it's like you're gonna, at some point, you've already dumped $1.5 billion into a stablecoin that's worth $700 million. And so, is it worth it? Could you have spent $1.5 billion on something else? Like, and I get it. In the long term, maybe it'll pay off. But man, I'm just looking at it from just the business aspect, just like savvy business.
What could
like,
you
bro,
have done
like
with that money, right?
Like, dude,
ain't nobody using, and I agree with you. No one is using a freaking algo stablecoin. It's not going to get to 5-6 billion in market cap. There's too much negativity in that space right now.
It will eventually, or somebody
yes,
will.
Eventually. Right now, no. So
Yeah.
you're dumping hundreds of millions of dollars to defend this USDD. Why? Use it for something else, bro. Jesus.
Dude, yeah, man. And you know, you run the risk that if you stop putting money into it, that it's gonna death spiral. Because I mean, right now you got a ton of capital,
and it's gone.
Yeah, and so what these traders are doing is that money they're injecting into it, they're literally just shorting it and taking it out. So the people that can arbitrage this to their favor are literally just like, hey, scooping this up and then turning around and then selling it and generating a profit off of it. And that's all it is. And so they're just pocketing all this money that Tron's foundation is just dumping into it. And the idea is that you get the peg back and then everybody will be all happy and merry and whatever. But for that to happen, you got to invest a lot of money. It has to come. Outside investors need to buy the token and hold it. The idea behind the algorithmic stablecoin, I won't go too far in depth, but it's pretty simple. You buy it at 96 cents or 97 cents, and then when it gets to $1, you sell it for the dollar what it's supposed to be.
Arbitrage.
And then you make 3-4% there.
But here's
it's not supposed to be 3-4%. It's supposed to be a fraction of a percent.
Here's the problem, though, Robin,
but nobody's going to do that right now. Nobody's going to dump $5 million into a stable coin that
they literally a month ago saw what happened with UST. Like that's okay. I get it, right? This USDD was in the works a few months before the UST collapse. But they launched 3 days after Luna.
That's a pride thing, bro. That's a pride thing. That's like, well, that ain't gonna happen to us. We launching it anyways. I don't care. And then they launch it. And they're like, it's gonna fail. They're like, no, it's not gonna fail.
Like the whole idea.
Let it go, bro.
And what Robin said, the whole idea of an algo stablecoin is you get investors that come in and restabilize the peg because there's arbitrage. But no one wants to take that risk.
Zoom out. What is the whole idea of a stable dollar? Stable coin. Is it supposed to be $1? And it's not $1. It hasn't been $1 since last week. And like, it's not functional.
The only thing they got going for it is Tron is not 100% around USDD.
If I owed you money, David, say I owed you $10.
You owe me money.
Say I owed you $10, okay?
You owe me 20.
And I offered you 10 $1 bills, but each one of them had 10% of it cut off. Would you take them?
What the fuck? Here, man.
You'd be like, I don't want this trash dollar. And you'd be like, give me a whole dollar. And I'd be like, no, take this 93% of a dollar. It just got the corners ripped off.
Imagine you come in, right? You do arbitrage at 97 cents, and then 2-3 days later, it still hasn't moved up. You're dumping those tokens. You're dumping them to break even, and that's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
So no matter how much money you throw at USDD, if there's no traders coming in for the arbitrage, it doesn't matter. That is literally what the entire base code of
the thing is they're also dumping money into it in hopes. Basically, they're buying their own token. That's what they're doing. And so they're buying their own token. They're going to try to sell it back. So, you know, in their defense, they're trying to make it seem like
we're not fighting. We're just having a conversation, adult conversation. We're actually agreeing, but we're just both upset at the whole situation.
That's right.
We're both pissed.
That's right.
Please do not invest in any algo stable coins. Tron is saying they pay 30%. I don't care. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Not yet. It's not ready yet.
We feel so strongly about this that we scrapped our Tron deep dive.
Thank you. I spent 3 days.
I spent
3 days. He spent 3 days video editing, and
days.
we decided not to release it. So we'll never bullshit you guys. We'll always tell it what it is. We might not always be right, but in the moment with the information we're giving,
it seemed like a good time to launch a Tron video too, man.
And the rest of the video is great. It's just there was a segment on USDD.
We'll redo it. We'll
redo it. Yeah. So, anyways, please do not invest in any algos, please. All right, next.
But you know who you can invest in? Algosaurus. That's who you can invest in. My boy in the chat. How you doing?
Or you can invest in Sin City Crypto by becoming a member. Wink, wink. Link in the description.
Quick shout. We got some new people up here. Not new, but we got. I just want to say hello to Patricio. Welcome back. I know he has. That's why I said hello. What?
Crypto Night.
Crypto Night.
Yeah, it's a new person. Just give him an all. Just trust me.
I don't see a Crypto Night.
I know, just trust me.
Oh, there he is. Crypto Night. Hola. Welcome. Sin City Crypto.
All we're missing is a crypto day. All we're missing is a crypto day. Where's DJ Karma? You made him change his name, and then he's just been gone?
He ghosted us, bro.
That's messed up, bro. DJ Karma, if you're out there, say hello. We want to make sure you're alive. You're with us.
That's right.
All right. This next article we're going to talk about, I'm going to preface it by saying, Ha, Zavenya, you pull up my laptop. Okay, Simba Chain. It would have worked better if the producer was paying attention. Jesus Christ. U.S. Air Force taps the Simba Chain to develop budgeting and accounting system. For many years, the U.S. military has been experimenting with blockchain in a number of settings to enhance its operations. Now, the U.S. Air Force, USAF, is adopting blockchain into its budgeting and accounting processes. The USAF has enlisted Simba Chain to develop a blockchain-based system for tracking and monitoring the military's cash flow and supply chain quality and management. Now, whether you like Trump, whether you hate Trump, if you take that love-hate out of it, he brought to the forefront something very important, right? Military is given a budget, and our budget is like 4 times, 5 times, maybe 10 times the amount of the next country that spends money on, and I could be wrong, it's somewhere in that range, 2 to 10 times, of the next country spending money on defense. Now, if you have one person, right, pulling the strings, and they're not held accountable in any way, they could be overspending, and that's what he brought to the forefront. And now, 3, 4, 5 years later, we're seeing it come to fruition here. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be great. I was surprised something like V-Chain wasn't used. They've been around for a longer time. Simba Chain, to be completely honest with you, prior to this story, I've never even heard of it. Now, the goal of the project is to tokenize all dollars within the USAF supply chain budget, as well as track fund movement across billing centers, purchasing teams, and suppliers. And it would allow USAF management to view where money is being utilized and how it is presently positioned within the allocation and payment system. It would also increase supply chain visibility and transparency in the materials purchased. Robin, do you see this not just going for the Air Force, but across the entire branch of every U.S. military branch? I know I worded that a little messed up, but
I don't know, man. You know, like I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show, the Air Force has used Constellation DAG, another blockchain, to transfer data between one area to another. And in your article, it does say they've been experimenting with blockchain for a while now. So
Goes back to what you said.
yeah.
Earlier.
Yeah. So obviously, I feel like they're a little bit more experimental, or at least that's what I'm catching at face value, because I haven't heard the Navy or anyone else. Actually, only Space Force with the what's that one guy that reps that's in Space Force that is like a perma Bitcoin bull guy.
Oh, Jason Lowry.
Yeah, that dude. He's a. If you
smart
don't
dude.
know who Jason Lowry is, you should watch him. He can get a little technical when he speaks.
Very. He's a
sometimes
little too smart for me.
Yeah, sometimes he loses me. He gets into his examples. You know how Michael Saylor gets into his examples. Next thing he's always like, yeah, if you take a barrel of oil and you transport it 40 years in the future and then you compound it, you're like, Saylor, you lost me a long ass time ago, bro. We get it. You all in on Bitcoin. Is Neo new? Or has he been here before?
Neo's new.
Neo. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. And so, you know what I realized? You know what I realized?
What?
I need to talk to Stereo 2. Stereo 2, who runs our merchandise store here. You put the accent backward on my A, it's supposed to lean the other direction.
Oh.
I saw somebody write Ola in the chat, and I was like, wait a second. Ola's a different direction. And then Mr. Hyde. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. I think we're gonna see a lot more adoption when it comes to
Wow.
what?
He said these guys make work so hard on his 6-month vacation.
Who does?
Stereo 2 said that.
Yeah, that's right.
Stereo 2, you're fired.
We love it. Actually, I love this shirt, man.
Yeah.
You know, the accent direction. I'm just playing with you, bro.
Anyways,
Love you.
go ahead. Speak your piece.
But no, the Air Force, super bullish. I think it's going to start here. Next thing you know, going to be the Navy, the Army, and then what's next? The central banks,
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
Yep.
And well, obviously Coast Guard's next, but you know what I'm saying. But like outside of the military branch, I think you're going to start seeing it in the central banks. I think you're going to start seeing it in DMVs. I think you're going to start seeing it in all federal branches of the government. I think you're going to start seeing a creeping in of blockchain technology because it makes things easier, more secure, faster. We don't have to sit here and sell you on blockchain, but obviously you're going to see this one by one. I think this is one of the first dominoes to fall. So. He said he researched.
What?
He said he researched the accent.
Oh, okay. All right, last article I want to talk about. Tether refutes rumors surrounding stablecoin backing. Now, there's been a lot of Tether FUD lately. Tether has categorically denied rumors about its commercial paper holdings, claiming they are being spread to induce panic and generate profits, which I can see. They addressed the claim that its commercial paper portfolio is 85% backed by Chinese or Asian commercial papers. Someone from the company said, quote, "These rumors are completely false and likely spread to induce further panic in order to generate additional profits from an already stressed market. Tether condemns such attempts, which oftentimes see simple users take the biggest hit, while few coordinated funds increase their profits. According to Tether, over 40% of total USDT reserves are U.S. treasuries, and commercial paper only makes up 25% of USDT's backing. Now, commercial paper is debt. Majority of it is bad debt. It's not secured debt. So Tether reported liquidating its position with Celsius while incurring no losses due to having been over-collateralized. Robin, you want to add anything to this article?
No, I do have a picture of Stereo 2 though. Pull up my laptop here. I have my boy over here. This is our producer on vacation. Where is he at again?
He's in Jamaica.
He is not in Jamaica.
I think he's in California.
Is he?
I think.
Where
so.
you at, Stereo 2?
Do you see that big ass chessboard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Are you good at chess?
I'm decent.
I think I can beat you.
You think so?
No, probably not.
Let's do it. Let's play chess for Bitcoin. I bet you I win.
Robin, We have a special request.
What's that?
I need you to give a special hola to my man Bryce.
Your man Bryce.
Bryce. He is Algosaurus' child.
Oh.
Driving in the car.
Oh.
Future crypto phenomenon.
Young entrepreneurs in America, especially ones named Bryce. Hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto.
That's awesome, man. That's beautiful. All right. You got anything to add to this?
Nah, not really.
Okay.
We're running out of time, so I'm trying to keep them nice and short. So.
Yeah. All right. You know what? Maybe we'll... Okay. So the last thing I want to show you guys, some NFT, okay? These are the top 10 play-to-earn projects by current ROI. Axie Infinity, 139x, okay? 1.1 billion market cap. Then you have Sandbox, Decentraland, Gensokishi, My Neighbor Alice. I've heard a lot about this. I haven't really looked into it, but I think I'm going to. Victoria, Genopet, Star Atlas, Mines of Delarnia, and League of Kingdoms. If you are a play-to-earn fan, put a 1 in the chat. If your favorite play-to-earn game isn't on here, let us know which one is your favorite. I'm just curious. And then the last thing, as far as NFTs, Tag Heuer launches smartwatch feature that supports displaying NFTs. Swiss luxury watchmaker Tag Heuer has jumped on the NFT bandwagon and created a smartwatch feature that allows its users to show off their NFT collections. Robin, what do you think about this? You think this looks dope? Eddie, take away my face.
Guys, hold on. I have a big announcement.
Okay.
I got a big announcement. Put it on me real quick. Got a big announcement, guys. Starting next week on Monday, you know we always got to throw something new at Rocco. We are going to introduce a new segment, our NFT segment. We're going to give you more NFT content because we know that's what the community is looking for. Eddie, there's a button over there that says NFTs underneath. Run the intro. This is our new intro. Here it is.
Dude, you know,
Dude, you got me amped up, bro. I'm amped up for some NFTs, baby.
You know what? Algosaurus with the super sticker. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate
Dude, a $20 sticker?
Damn. Life must be good over there in Algoland.
That's right.
Algorand land.
I think that is our most gifted item, bro. I don't think anybody's ever cracked a 20 piece.
For the sticker?
We've had anything. No, we've gotten $10.
No, stickers, yes. We've had super chats, though.
We've had $20 super chats?
$25 super chat. I think broke Yoshi, I think. Anyways, either way, we thank you guys. We appreciate it. Now, that was pretty dope. Doodles, man. Doodles are clean, bro. The one with the coffee head?
I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. You know, I'm not even an NFT guy, and I'm like,
when are you going to buy your first NFT,
up,
bro? There's not a better time than now. Everything's down.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Come Monday, your boy will have an NFT.
Give us a price range.
I'm
$1
gonna buy my own NFT. Let me do my own thing. Let me do my own thing. Let me do my own thing, okay? Let me do my own thing.
Boss Cat Rocket Club. It's a pretty cool one. Now you can pick up one. I think the floor price for that is about 1050 ADA. It's about $500.
All right. And then
you should buy one. Buy an ADA one. So that way you don't make any money on it.
We got a lot of ETH sitting on the side, so I was just thinking about just spend
a fourth of an ETH. Get yourself a duck, bro.
Getting a duck. Get out of here, man.
Bro, the ducks are legit, bro. And you get Volt token. Anyways. So what do you think about this Tag Heuer, man? Look, I mean,
what if I got one of those goblins?
Don't.
The goblin sound?
Yeah, you don't want to spend 10 ETH on a goblin right now.
Is it 10 ETH?
You know what? You can pick up a cool cast for 3 ETH, bro. You can literally quadruple your money in 3 months. Anyways, Robin, what are your thoughts on this one?
Damn, bro, Yoshi with a 25 piece.
Can we send Bryce a Sin City crypto tee? We sure can. You know what we'll do? We'll give him a what is it called? Gift card. And then Algosaurus can order one for his kid.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Done.
Do they have kid sizes?
Rocco, do we have kid sizes? Let us know.
He's on vacation, like, drop everything you're doing. Put some kids' tees.
Crypto Knight said he's cashing out some Dogecoin for a Goblin NFT. So here's the thing, right? So Goblin Town comes out And now you have Hobo Town.
No,
seriously,
really?
Hobo Town. I'm being dead serious. You think I'm kidding you?
No, I believe it. It makes so much sense. Like, why didn't I think of Hobo Town? Like,
Crypto hobos, Hobo Town. What the fuck? Here you go, Hobo Town.
oh, those actually.
No, they're terrible. Listen,
How much? Look, pull up the goblins. What do they get? What are they at? I saw them as low as 4. I literally was thinking about buying them at 4. The 4 was floor.
3.69.
Okay.
Listen, bro, this one's all hype driven. I mean, buy yourself one of these. Look,
Cool cats.
bro, you can get a cool cat. 3.6 is a little high, but look how far.
I even did you a favor and I put the ducks on the intro.
0.34.
I put ducks on the intro just for you, David.
Appreciate you, bro.
But I'm not gonna.
This
hold it in
was
my
a
portfolio.
this was a top 1500 ranked duck, and it was the lowest floor price duck that was available. So I got to steal. Anyways, what do you guys think Robin should buy? Should he buy a gutter cat, boss cat gang, whatever it's called, Cardano NFT, or should he buy the Goblin or something else on ETH? What do you guys think? I say he goes. I say you go ETH. You have a better chance of making money, but we'll see. Anyways,
yeah. So a couple things coming up tomorrow. Your boy will be on Around the Blockchain. So make sure after our live show tomorrow, you go visit BitBoy's channel. You should check out his channel, anyways. Another fresh perspective. I know a lot of people throw shade at him for whatever. We went to a Bitcoin conference, man. There was so many haters on him. I'm like, dude's a nice dude, man. I don't know why everybody hates on him. I don't know. Either way, go check him out, man. Support his channel. Much love his direction. We'll be on Around the Blockchain. Yeah, come say hello. If you're not familiar with BitBoy's channel, where you been at? Because dude's huge. But anyways, I don't know. That's all I got, man. You got anything else, David?
I'm done.
You done?
No.
All right.
We got Forrest on tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Forrest is here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Super excited for that. Also, thank you to Broke Yoshi. Thank you to Algosaurus for the super sticker and the super chat. That's all we got. Eddie,
All right.
roll the outro.
That's it.
Friends, family, crypto maniacs, crypto enthusiasts of Sin City Crypto, and all jokes aside, thank you guys so much for joining us on a Thursday. We hope you enjoy the content. On behalf of myself, Eddie, and Robin, we love you guys. We will see you tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Vegas time. Until then, mucho take it easy. Bro, did you...
I got 16 missed calls on my phone. Times change, Mickey D.
You see Patricia was talking shit about my singing?
Singing?
Hurt my feelings, bro. I'm gonna go home and cry to my wife.
You know who doesn't have feelings? Me.
Yeah, you a reptile. You got cold blood running through your veins and you have zero feelings. Robin's 160. No one calls me, so I have 0. Anyways.
I sent her with a friend, they shopping there religiously. Whoa, yeah. You say she love me, but that's when she rockin' Prada bag. Said she ready for the next, I won't, not so fast. Slow down, girl, don't you crash. Whoa, yeah. Cause we can mess up that pretty face, but we can fuck up that pretty lady. Tryna kiss up, I'm in your place. Man, this shit so crazy. Never thought I'd be doing shit like this again. Put that effort in, girl, then I repay you. Crash that thing out the park, now I feel like